Hello, everyone. So, if you've seen my community post, y'all know I was planning on reviewing the newly added to my collection JJK figures, or in long terms, Jujutsu Kaisen figures. So, the first one that I have that I'm going to review is Nobara. So, the packaging is definitely different from what I'm used to. I'm used to the Naruto and the Dragon Ball stuff. And I am surprised that I only have two of them that are this size, but the size of the box here, like, it's pretty small. But, if we open her up, so, I mean, again, going over the box real quick, let me get it closed real quick, but you kind of have, like, the pictures here, the whole, like, spiel on the back here. I don't read Japanese, because I can't. Then you have, like, the pictures here, like, her hammer, I guess, a picture of her shoe that's kind of weird, but either way, it's a nice change from what I'm used to. I like the box art. It's pretty cool. I like how it's got like a, I guess, paint wash behind her, but either way, it's cool. I'm not here to go over the box, but if we pull her out of her plastic tray, we get actually quite a bit of accessories. So there's the figure herself. So you get an optional separate head, which has a kind of a wind effect, kind of hair blowing in the wind. Before we go over the hands and all the other accessories, I like to go over the faces. So you get her screaming face, which is naturally, like, when you pull her out of the box, the screaming face is what comes off, or not comes off, but comes on this head right here. And then you get her, like, sadistic kind of smiling face or such. Then you kind of just get a anger face kind of thing like that. So you get her screaming face, kind of sadistic smile, an angry grin, and then you get this one that's on the calm hair, which is just a calm face, kind of like what was on the box here. Excuse me. But that's about as much face as you get with her. You get about 4 faces. Yeah, you get 4 faces. So you get her hammer, which I think looks pretty good. I like it. It's pretty easy to put in the hand as well, because I've been playing around with it, which it's simple. You just go like, well, maybe it's not so simple. But, boom. Simple is like that. You just slide it, like, you kind of massage it, then slide it right on. But, I mean, you get her hammer, that's cool. Then, now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's take a look at her hands, which she comes with quite a bit here. So, you get her, I forget what her move is called with the nails, but you get her hands that have the nails, so that then you get kind of open, like, relaxed, open hands kind of thing. Kind of like a hand like that. But you get 2 of those for each side. Damn, I did not want to stand up. Well, sit up. And then you get and it's weird because you only get 1 of them. I was expecting maybe 2 for each side, but a little different. But you get a pointing finger kind of hand. Her finger isn't necessarily straight like this. It's kind of crooked up like that. Excuse me. Then you get the hands that hold the hammer. So, you get quite a lot amount of stuff here for or how big the box is and what she is. So, moving on to the figure, I'll leave the accessories in the back for anyone who can get a glimpse of it. But for the figure herself here, you're gonna get about a ab crunch about like that, so that you can get her to look up pretty far, especially with the neck, like the neck movement. The neck moves about that far, that down, and sideways it moves about that. That's as far as you're gonna get with the head here. And for anyone who's wondering to pull the face off, you just pull the front bangs off like this. Most of the time the face will come off with it, but at least for my copy, the face comes off with the bangs. Like every time you try to pull the bangs off, it just comes straight up off. But pretty simple. It's like a 2-peg system for the face, and then the bangs here, it's a 3-peg system, and then you just simply push in. Anyone that's had an SH Figuarts should know that the faces are pretty simple to put in, but in that case, if you haven't, then there you go. But one thing I don't like that they did with this figure, for the most part, I like the articulation and stuff in her, like all the stuff you can do. Like, she has really good butterfly joints here. You can, I think, cross her arms. I don't want to break anything, but I believe, yeah, you can cross her arms, so, like that. I mean, she does have the bicep swivel. You can do a full 360, but I'm just not going to do a full 360. You can do that with both arms, and I don't need to go over the hands. I mean, they're pretty self-explanatory. They're ball joints, and like I said, you get the ab crunch here. And on to the point of the figure I don't like. So, I love this figure and all. Looks exactly like her from the anime, but you get so much articulation in the legs here, like all that bending like that. But the problem is, she uses what's called hard plastic, or for anyone who doesn't know, hard plastic skirt, like a hard plastic skirt. So that just looks kind of wonky when you pose her kind of crouching her leg like that. However, there's ways around it, because you have these little flaps here on the side here. Like if you tuck it underneath here, you can get her to bend, but you kind of have to really know how to, or like, I guess, hide it. Like, you can get her to do this bend, but she's more than likely not going to stand up on her own when you have her bent like this. Normally I don't get her to stand up on her own like this, but I guess she wants to do that for the camera. But okay, I guess she's standing, but as you can see there, she kind of doesn't look like she's sitting at all. She looks like she's kind of crouching. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of hard to get her into any pose with the skirt here. When I get onto another figure, I'll explain why I like the way they did his like mid-torso piece, but I mean, that's, for the most part, this figure is cool. I like the way that this one it looks and turned out. I literally don't like when figure companies like to use hard plastic, well, like a softy kind of soft, hard, or like rubber thing. For the most part, though, in her legs, you do get quite the articulation. I mean, it's kind of standard at this point with SH. But, I like the way that this figure came out, honestly. The only gripe I have about it is the skirt piece. That, and then the last thing here on her is her little pouch thing. You can turn it for whatever reason you'd want. It's sort of like the, if any of you have had the Naruto figures, it's like the kunai pack, or pouches. It literally just sits on a ball joint, and you just go like, pop it on and off like that. It's quite simple to put on and off if you want to take it off. But, I mean, I think she's pretty cool. That's the only gripe I have about her, is the skirt piece. I mean, you get quite a bit with her too, but yeah, it's literally the skirt piece here that I don't like, because it's so hard to, like, well, it's not hard, but it's just kind of annoying to pose her in, like, crouched positions or such, where she's kicking her leg out like that. I mean, as you can see right there, it just wants to kick right back down. But, I mean, for the most part, she's pretty cool. I mean, to begin with, when I started watching Jujutsu Kaisen, I'd never really liked Nobara all that much, but I don't think she's that bad of a character. If we're comparing, I think she may be a tad bit better than Sakura, maybe just a tad bit. Like if we're talking anime wise, but I don't know. I don't have that many favorite like female characters from animes, but like I said, this figure, if I had to give her a score out of a 10, she probably gets about an 8 or a 9. Just reason it's not a 10 out of 10 is the skirt, like I said. Otherwise, I'm happy with all the accessories she comes with, and her articulation is pretty good for is petite, like a small petite like figure here. I mean, the arms are pretty small, so I'm surprised, but then I'm not surprised at the same time because I've seen small arms before, and quite the articulation in them. But I gotta say, I like this figure. I'm not gonna keep going on though, just so I don't make the video so damn long. But if you can find her, sure, definitely pick her up. But don't spend a ton on, or don't spend a lot on her, because I got her for about. It was close to like the budget releases. It was about. I want to say it was 35 or 40. I don't exactly remember how much I spent, but I know she wasn't super expensive. So, I mean, if anything, I think she's the cheapest one out of the entirety of the JJK line, but definitely pick her up. And see you guys in the next.